What's going on, guys? It's your boy, and I'm back here at A187 Gaming, and it's your guy, A187. So, what I'm doing right now is I want to talk a little bit about the division. There's been a lot of mixed reviews when it comes to the division. We have so many different types of gamers out there who it's just a full mixed bag. We have casual, we have hardcore, we have those people who's like in between casual and hardcore. And I don't even know if you can get anything softer than casual, but there's even some like softer than casual gamers out there when it comes to the division. And one of the things that I have a hard time understanding about this game is everybody wants this game to be a specific thing when it's supposed to be a mixture of things. I mean, a open world RPG style cover based tactical shooter, right? That's what this is supposed to be. But you have some people out there who care nothing for the cover based side of it, care nothing for the RPG side of it. And I can pretty much say I think that we all kind of enjoy that open world side of this division game. So the real question is, what do we want this game to be? Because it has to be something that's going to satisfy everyone. And there's so many different ideas out there from big name YouTubers when it comes to this game. But we have to find a common ground in between PC and console players. Me, myself, I'm a console player. So when I do watch videos on the division, most of them come from PC gamers. And they can just do things that console gamers cannot do. For one, I was watching a guy and he was actually showing his toughness after activating his shield. I can't even do that. Like, I literally cannot do that. I've tried to find different ways to do it. I cannot see how my stats buff after I use a skill, because the moment I hit the button to go look at my gear and look at my stats, it goes away. Puts the shield up, looks at the watch, it's gone. So we need to find a common ground when it comes to the division. We have so many gripes about the PvP aspect of the division. Okay, so how are we going to fit RPG, tactical cover-based shooter into the PvP side of the game? Because right now it's none of those. It's really just a burst down competition. People just try to see who can burst the other person down before they can reach over and hit a mid pack or hit a skill. And that's all the PvP has become about. And I mean, I'm not a heavy DZ player at all. I mean, after 1.2, I actually steered clear of the DZ until 1.4 because there was just so many different metas. Man, I've been through the SMG meta, the Tanktician meta, the shotgun sentry meta. Then we had a Deadeye bug. I don't know how long it took for them to fix that. I kept up with all these different metas, man. And here we are now in a new meta, this Alpha Bridge, which they're about to nerf. Of course, surprise, surprise. And we have people who like the game how it is when it comes to the PvP, but that's just because they're accustomed to it. And we have those people who don't like it because You have no way of knowing who you're going against, what they got. I mean, unless you can even recognize the type of gun they're using, you can't even tell that. You don't even know if it's what's pointing at you is even a LMG from an assault rifle sometimes. I mean, the shotguns are pretty easy to distinct, and so are some of the submachine guns. You know, but if they whip out a hungry hog, you're like, oh, okay, I know what that is. Oh, I know what that gun is. But most of the time, you can't even tell. Because if they burst you down within the first 10 seconds, because you're minding your business, trying to do your daily in the DZ, then you're like, okay, what gun was he using? What gear set was that? You know, what is even going on? You sit here and try to process this. Then you're like, okay, do I want to go back in here? Because this person's still in here, and it's obvious that he can kill me pretty easily. So how am I going to be able to handle it? What gear set do I need to switch to counter this gear set? You don't know any of these things. So to me, we need to find a common ground to where we can understand what we're going against. We need to have some type of indicator, you know, because right now we have no indication of how many times a person went rogue. Like, they should have something to where if you've gone rogue a number of times during that play session that you're in, then there needs to be an indicator to let people know that you've gone rogue. You know, you're likely to go rogue. So if they see you, they come up on you, they can see that and be like, oh, okay, this dude went rogue 8 times in the DZ. So, maybe we should just save ourselves the trouble, kill this guy now, or we can keep an eye on what he's going to do. And I mean, I honestly believe something needs to be done about that. I mean, a lot of people don't want their type of gear they're wearing to be shown. I watched a few videos on that, and it was a lot of people didn't want that. They were like, well, it takes away from the aspect of actually being able to gank people and actually, you know, just kill everybody without them knowing. Like, you know, they just don't know. Well, then you begin to create a don't trust anyone mentality, and everyone's like, well, that's the way the DZ should be. And to me, I don't think it needs to be that way. I have no intentions of going rogue, hardly ever, when I'm in the DZ. Like, none at all. So if someone wants to help me pull off an extraction, sure. If somebody wants to help me kill a boss and a landmark, and just because we're not in the same party, that doesn't mean I can't be like, all right, well, this dude's cool, you know what I'm saying? Or what if you got a full party and you got 2 other guys who just want to get some loot, and you'd be like, okay, well, they're not trying to go rogue, and we don't need to go rogue on them just to get rid of them. So hey, they can hang out with us and we can do these extractions, you know, we can get these supply drops and stuff like that. And they just have no indication of the type of people that you are playing with when you go into DZ. And they should have some indication. They should have some type of counter to know this person is likely to go rogue. You know, likely this guy has went rogue a few times tonight. And you can be like, okay, well, this guy's not to be trusted. And that would make things a little bit simpler on some people, you know, because that's mainly, you got to think about it. In the DZ, just hear me out on this. In the DZ, there is really no reward for killing people anymore. Loot is so easily gained in other ways. And there's no KD whatsoever. So if you're in the DZ You're either in there doing dailies, you're either trying to change up the day-to-day grind you've been doing. Maybe you're sick of survival. Maybe you're just sick of Lexington Event Center like most of us are. And you want to do something different. Cool. That's what you're in there for. But rather than those things, you're in there to kill other people. That's the only reason. There's no KD whatsoever in this game. There's nothing showing, hey man, look how many people I've killed. Look how many times I've died. There's nothing in the game whatsoever to show that. So you're in there to kill people, do something a little different. You're sick of incursions. You're sick of missions. You're sick of underground. You're sick of survival. Probably just because of how long survival takes. You know what I'm saying? Man, who wants to do an hour and a half to get 12 caches, you know? I mean, I can go get 12 caches in like 20 minutes in a DZ. Well, you got that risk. That's what you got the risk for. No. Let people know what type of people that they're playing around. You don't want people to see what type of gear you're wearing? Okay, cool, whatever. But it needs to be some type of indicator, like this person is likely to go rogue. Like, seriously. So, I believe, personally, that would be a welcome addition to the DZ. Because anytime you have balance and changes to something, like we got 1.6 coming up, and we're going to have some stuff happen. So, I personally believe that we are going to have more metas show up, because that's what happens when you nerf. You know, that's what happens when you change aspects. People find ways around them, and you're going to have a new meta. And then you're going to end up nerfing and making some gear sets completely useless, like they did before with Reclaimer. Reclaimer was like a staple gear set needed to complete content in the game. Then they were like, well, we're going to make the content easier, so Reclaimer doesn't need to be as powerful. Okay, cool. But then it became completely useless. You couldn't even add a buff to yourself. You know what I mean? You couldn't even add another buff to yourself if someone else had Reclaimer and drank something. To me, that is crazy. That's completely useless. And they have no idea how long people had ground for that gear to get it. So, you know, I don't know. I like to hear some of you guys' comments on the ordeal. I honestly do believe that we need to have a way to show people's intentions. You know, if you log off and log back on, okay, it resets it. But if you go back in the DZ going rogue over and over again, it needs to be shown. Well, hey, this person really likes to go rogue. But you know what, man? I've talked way too long. I want to thank you guys. Please check out more of my videos. I'm going to keep trying to do this. Click, like, subscribe. I'll see you later. This is your boy, A187. And I'll catch you boys around the division.